Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know in my last video, if you've watched it, I say like, oh hey, don't get used to me looking like this, where I was kind of all dressed up and wearing a wig and stuff. Well, here I am again, all dressed up and wearing a wig. Totally didn't follow what I said, and I also like did extra makeup. I don't know, I was just feeling bored and I decided to go all out. I was kind of testing like chords for a meetup that I'm going to be going to this weekend, so I'm really excited about that, and I was just kind of like, what could I wear? So I'm kind of going all out, and possibly I'll wear this. You guys might see, I might vlog it, we'll see. But today for this video we're going to be doing something kind of more still Lolita related, but this is with a collaboration for Lolita YouTubers in a Lolita YouTubers Facebook group. And Clover, I'll put Clover's channel in the description and right here just to kind of show you who they are, made this idea of kind of doing like an about me sort of video and getting our viewers to know more about us. So I thought that was really cool, and a lot of people will be participating in it. But yeah, go check it out. I'll be in the playlist. I'll put the playlist in the description as well. So let's get into it. So number one, if you could live anywhere, where would you choose? This is really hard because I want to live in a lot of places. Unrealistically, I say probably living in a city of some sort. I kind of always wanted to live in New York City, even though a lot of people are gonna be like, you're crazy. I just really like the city. I've visited friends from the city, and I just really like how everybody's always like, there's always something happening no matter what time of the day it is. And I kind of like feeling so small and like seeing people out the window and wondering like, what's that person doing, where are they going, and like, who are they seeing? Like, it's just really cool to know that you're like not just this individual. Like, it's really cool to see other people constantly doing something and you kind of don't matter. I don't know, that sounds like really existential, but that's literally how I see it, and I just really enjoy that. Number two, what is your favorite brand for Lolita/alt fashion and why? It's probably Baby the Star Shine Bright, because I just love how elegant their things are. Their newer releases, it's iffy for me. I can say that I support them as one of like the bigger brand names for Lolita, because I think that they still hold true to a lot of like the old school Lolita look, and like having a lot of detail and ruffle and the lace like being really intricate. I'm not really that big of a fan of like just mesh lace like with AP, where just this AP, like I think it's cute and all, but I prefer more so like Baby, where it's more like elegant or whatever. Like, I'm less sweet and kawaii and more so elegant and classic and goth looking. So I'd say that for Lolita. And then for alt fashions, Emily Temple Cute. I don't really know, it depends on who you are if you consider that a Lolita brand or not. I would just say it's just considered more alt anyways. So I'd say those two, because Emily Temple Cute has really cute stuff and it works for a lot of different fashions. And yeah. Real or fiction, what is your biggest fear? I have a few, but I would say probably being buried alive, because I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm claustrophobic, but if something's on, like if I get covers on top of me, I start feeling like I can't breathe. I don't know. Or like if something's weighing on my chest, I like get like freaked out. I don't know, like it's that. So I would say getting buried alive really scares me. Yep. What is your least favorite brand for Lolita or alt fashion? Why? Spill some tea. My least favorite, okay, and this is no hate at all. This is purely just my taste, purely my taste. I'm not saying that they are a bad brand in any manner. I'm personally saying it is just not my taste, and that is Lady Sloth. I go support them if you're into them. This is kind of like I'm gonna put like their biggest seller, their best seller right here. And there's no hate to them. If you like them, good for you. I'm not saying this is just for me. I just don't, I don't like it. Not as a not as like a brand per se, like I just don't like what they release a lot of the time. Yeah. So sorry everybody who's, I'm not trying to hate on you, I promise. I love you. I just wouldn't buy any of their stuff, at least as of right now. Maybe they'll release something that I'm into, but just not my kind of motifs. All right. If you could get paid to do anything, what would it be? If we're talking about like careers or jobs, honestly, a personal stylist would be so fun. Like, I would love to be a personal stylist, and I know that kind of exists, but I literally have no idea how you would do that, and I doubt that I could make a living out of it. But I think that that would be so much fun because I just love coordinating outfits. I love styling things. I think I'm pretty good at it. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm just literally, I only have a few things I'm good at, so I can be like, yeah, I'm good. I think I'm pretty good at it. Like, I would say it's just, it comes naturally to me, comes pretty easy to me, and I just enjoy doing that. So if someone was like, oh, I don't know what to wear, I would love to just go through their closet or like go shopping for them and be like, okay, what kind of style you like? All right, got you. And then I can just go like pick it out for them, because I think I could do pretty well at that. That would be cool and fun, and I would like that a lot. I would also really like to start my own brand of like clothing, like be a designer. Maybe I could still do it. I thought about it. I don't know. If I happen to do it, I guess you guys, you'll be the first ones to know about it. All right. What dress item or accessory was the most difficult for you to acquire? I don't really have any dream items that were like really hard for me to acquire. I guess I would just say like all of my old school stuff were kind of hard to acquire because it just took more like effort searching for them and getting good deals on them. Like most of my old school stuff I got pretty decent deals on. Like a lot of my skirts and things I only paid like $30 for, which I think is a pretty decent deal. I know people have gotten even less than that, but for me, like especially around this time, it's a pretty decent deal. So like basically just anything that was from like the Japanese secondhand market that was old school, I guess I would say. So like kind of boring, but we'll see. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind is the food that I'm forbidden to eat because I have celiac disease, so I have to eat gluten-free. It's whatever, but one of my favorite foods that I always get really sad because I can't eat, because a lot of foods, you know, I kind of just was like, whatever, like I kind of got over it, but the food I'm really sad about that I can't eat anymore is Annie Ann's pretzels from like the mall. Which probably a lot of people think it probably is like nasty or something, but like the aroma, and when you walk into a mall or somewhere where they have it and it's like, it's just so good. I miss those pretzels so much. So if I could eat anything for the rest of my life, it would be those. You know, if I could eat it. If it wouldn't make me sick. Technically I could eat it, but I don't want to get sick. But if I didn't get sick from it, I would definitely be eating those. Have your ideal JSK or OP, cut, color, print, etc. I just love tartan. I love like the punkiness of it. I do really want like more floral stuff that are like small florals. I don't really care for big florals as much, but small ones, small printed ones with like light blues or light pinks, like those are really pretty. So yeah, sorry it's really a boring response, but that's what it is. What is the best compliment you ever received, Lolita or non-Lolita related? I guess when somebody says I'm like clever or smart at something, I always think that's a huge compliment because I personally like think that I'm super dumb a lot of the time, and so I'm like super self-conscious and worried that other people think I'm just like super ditzy and stupid. So anytime someone says, oh, like, oh, you're so smart, like that you figured that out or something like that, I'm like, thank you. I don't think so, but thank you for saying that because you just reassured me something. So I guess that. I don't know. Do you have a pet peeve that only seems to bother you or a small number of people? Yes. I have a few. I'm gonna list a few. Okay, and by the way, if you don't do these things, it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not like that. It's just something stupid in my brain. Okay, so I like freak out. Not freak out. I don't want to say it like I'm extreme about it. This is an internal thing. I never really lash out on people about this. It's totally an internal thing, and I'm trying to get better at it. But I like to plan things in advance, and so like say I have like a plan to hang out with somebody on Tuesday and it's Friday. I'm like planning like every single day. I'm like, I'm hanging out with that person Tuesday at 3 o'clock, and the entire time I'm like excited and ready for a Tuesday at 3 o'clock, and I get ready and I'm ready and prepared at 3 o'clock to hang out on Tuesday. And a lot of the times I notice that like I would say most people don't really like to plan like that. I feel like most people are a lot more laid back. At least most people that I've interacted with are like a lot more laid back. So usually like I'm ready to go at 3 and everyone else is kind of like, I gotta eat dinner, or something like that. And then it's like 7 o'clock, like hours pass, and then they're like, okay, I guess we can hang out now. And like to me, I'm just like sitting there for like 3 hours, literally like all ready to go, just like waiting, like just scrolling through like my phone, just like waiting, like when am I gonna be ready to go, because I've been ready kind of a thing. So that's a me thing. I'm trying to like not plan so strictly, and like also not get my like hopes up for people to go according to plan, because it like kind of not ruins my whole day, but I'm kind of like really disappointed when I can't do something at the time that I said I was going to do it, if that makes sense. Or like if someone cancels, like I'm just like, like I get it, no hate on canceling, totally understand, but like it's just like me, I have to like learn to accept changing plans. And then I would say my other big pet peeve is like wearing shoes in the house / especially on your bed. I only wear shoes in the house for like cord photos, or like, but like I don't know, I don't like it. I guess because I was just raised to take my shoes off, I don't know. So like I feel like so uncomfortable walking around the house with my shoes on. What was the best meetup you've ever attended in Lolita or alt fashion? Well, to be honest, I haven't really attended all that many, but I would say one of the best ones, which was like basically one of my first ones, was when I was like 15. I think I was like 15 or 16, I can't remember. I had a friend in school who had a Lolita birthday party kind of thing, like a tea party. It was super fun, and I was really excited because that was the first time like I knew anybody else who was ever interested in it. She was older than me, she was graduating, so I didn't really get to hang out with her much after that, but it was a fun experience. What is the first thing you would do if you won a lottery of $10 million? Pay my student loan debt. 100%. Just pay my loans off. So I still have lots of money left, I guess, from after that. Then I would probably buy a house, not a big house, just a house that I'd want, and then like furnish it, I guess, and then probably pay off my friends' student loans if anybody has them. Just pay off any debt anyone I really like has, and then probably put savings, I guess. Yeah, probably that. I'd like to donate it, but I wouldn't want to just like donate it to a random charity. I'd probably want to be like active in doing something with that money. Like if I could like buy a building for like a facility of something, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Like, what other alt fashions besides Lolita are you into, or which ones would you like to get more involved with? I mean, I guess vintage fashion is something else that I partake in. I don't know, I would consider that kind of alt. And the other ones, I would really like to do more fairy K. I was kind of into fairy K when I was in high school, so I'd like to do more fairy K. I kind of would really want to like, just like for fun, do some like decora, but just for fun. Like I don't think I'd wear it all that much, but it'd be kind of fun to just do some like decora looks. More EK would be kind of fun too. Those are cool. What is your favorite book and or movie, and why? I don't don't know. What is your favorite Lolita substyle, or what substyle do you wish was real / accepted? Favorite substyle, I don't really know if you consider old school a substyle, but I like old school sweet. That's kind of what I like to go for. And then punk, and I like goth, but like I feel like there's kind of different kinds of goth in Lolita right now. I like the more like just solid color goths. And yeah, I would say those. Real or fiction, what pet would be your ideal one? I would really like to have a rabbit, to be honest, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen because you have to like have a lot of space and you have to rabbit proof that space at the very least, and it just seems like a lot. But I guess a dog. I don't know, I just really like dogs, and I have a dog, and I've always had a dog, so probably that. I'd also always really wanted a pigeon. I don't know, I thought they were really cool, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen either. So what is your favorite plushie or figure toy? How did you acquire it? Be sure to show it off. Like, I am not good at like choosing a favorite. I guess I'll show this one. Okay, so one of my favorite plushies is this Whalmer plush keychain. I literally, like, I don't play Pokemon all that much, but I just love Whalmer and Wailord because I think they're just like so funny. And like, I saw this in the Nintendo store in New York City a few years ago, and I was like, oh my god. I don't know, I think it's like a really good plushie, and it's Whalmer, so it's funny. And then favorite figure, I don't know, I would say a lot of I have a Spike figure because I love Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I would love to have this Spike figure, but for some reason I can spend tons of money on Lolita like slowly, but I can't get myself to spend $400 on this figure. But it's a gorgeous figure, it's huge, and I want it someday because I love Spike. Anyways, I would say for the figure is this little armadillo that I 3D printed. I 3D modeled him and 3D printed him. He's an armadillo robot, a robot speaker armadillo. You clearly can't see it. I kind of wanted to like spray paint him or something. He's really ashy right now because I had to go in with alcohol and his 2 legs fell off, so I had to glue it. He's got a lot of repair, but I really love him because he's so cute, and I made him. He's my child, and he's supposed to be a little speaker. I'll put the renders right here to show you what he's like supposed to look like. But yeah, that's my favorite figure because he's adorable. What pastime or hobby you enjoy that most people don't know about? Oh, I really like watching like most disturbing things on the internet, or like those kinds of things. And I thought that was pretty normal, like, because you know, a lot of people like true crime and stuff. True crime's cool, but I don't know, the internet stuff scares me, but it's really interesting because there's like a lot of really messed up stuff on the internet. It makes me uncomfortable, but I like to be aware of what's going on. So those, I usually watch it on like Nexpo and stuff like that. I know like sometimes I'll just tell people like some of the stuff I hear, and I feel like I always disturb people, and then I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. So that's what I like. When you get older, 60+ years, what do you imagine your life to be like? Honestly, no idea. Can't even visualize myself at 30, to be honest. Don't know. So guess we'll find out. When did you realize that you had an Ida phase, and when did you finally shift out of that phase? If you were never an Ida, how did you avoid it? My Ida phase, I feel like, wasn't even all that bad. I don't even know it. I don't even consider it an Ida phase because I was like 13, so it's like, I feel like when you're 13 you're always going to be kind of cringy. That's usually just how it goes. Not to shame anybody who's 13, I'm just saying that, like, well, I don't know, maybe you don't get that kind of a thing now. I really don't know. I feel like it's a lot more informative now, maybe. But when I was 13, I did cringy stuff because I was 13, so I don't really give myself hate for it. I'd be like, oh, you were such an Ida. I was 13. But anyways, I guess the cringiest thing about it, or like the most Ida thing that I ever did, was kind of like some of like the handmade things that I made were like really bad. And that, again, that was just because like I didn't have good craftsmanship. And I kind of knew it was bad, but like I was like, well, I gotta work with what I got, and that's no shame either. But for my personal self, that was a little cringy. Plus, I was really self-conscious about things, so yeah, that's pretty much it. How would your friends describe you versus how would a stranger describe you? How would my friends describe me? I really don't know. Let me ask. How would strangers describe me? Probably extremely quiet, and for some reason, well, I wouldn't say extremely quiet. I'm a lot better now, but I'm kind of quiet. But I've always been told I was intimidating until someone actually like got to know me. I don't know why. I really don't want to come off intimidating to people, but I think it's because I have like a resting, like, I wouldn't say I have a resting bitch face, but I feel like, because I've had people come up to me and ask me like, am I okay? Like they thought I was crying, and I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting here. I don't know what, but apparently I come off intimidating to some people. I get really sad when I hear that because I don't know why. I really am not trying to be mean. I think it's just because I'm quiet, and so people don't really know what I'm thinking, maybe? I don't really know. So I guess that. What is the most you've ever spent on a single wardrobe item? And what about the least? The least I've ever spent was probably like $5. And then the most I've ever spent is 112 with shipping, which would be my usakumya. Okay. What subject did you enjoy most in school, or what did you study in college if you went? I'll answer the second. I studied video game design in college. Like you guys know, I've recently graduated. When I say video game design, I mean like game art, video game art. I do all of the 3D stuff, kind of like with my armadillo I just showed you. Suitable for video games. So let's hope I get a job, because that's the struggle right now. Who's your best friend, online or in person? Do you have a best Lolita friend? My best Lolita friend would probably be Bree, which you've seen in my videos before and everything like that. Best friend, honestly, I have a lot of really close friends that I can't really choose one person over the other. So I have a lot of really close friends from like college and from back at home. So yeah, I would say Bree is my closest Lolita friend. Do you think your audience assumes incorrectly about me? What do you guys assume incorrectly about me? Yeah, I don't really know. I don't think you guys assume something incorrectly. Maybe some people think I'm younger, or they think that I am inexperienced. I think some people might think that I don't really know what I'm talking about, possibly. Not anybody in particular that's commented or like supports me. But I know I make some kind of controversial video sometimes, so I'm assuming some people who watch it might be like, oh, this girl does not know what she's talking about. So that's a possibility. Does Lolita or alt fashion trickle into other parts of your life, like room decor, hobbies, or media? For me, obviously, I created a YouTube channel. I love talking about Lolita fashion and alt fashion. I have a Instagram, which is this, at Puree. I've always been interested in kawaii culture. I have Rilakuma all over my room. I'm obsessed with Rilakuma. That used to be a huge thing in like 2013, but it's kind of died out. It's more Sanrio based now. I still love Sanrio. I love Rilakuma though. He's just adorable, and I love Kiratori, and I love Koreakuma. I love all of them so much. They're so cute. So I have lots of kawaii stuff in my room that is mainly behind you guys. I consume Lolita media all the time. I love reading blogs. I love watching other Lolita YouTubers. I love talking about it. I'm kind of obsessed with it, so yeah. From Cupcake Kami-sama, if you've never discovered Lolita / alt fashion, what do you think you would be wearing, and what hobbies would accompany its place instead? If I wasn't wearing all fashion, I guess I'd probably be wearing normie fashion because that's really all there is, right? I don't really know. I guess I'll probably answer it as Lolita. If I didn't ever know Lolita, I'd probably just be wearing vintage, and I'd probably, I guess, probably just be wearing more like kawaii, like larm stuff because I was into that in high school. So yeah, probably that. And what other hobbies would accompany its place? I probably would just be low-key. I probably would just still be interested in kawaii culture. But other than that, I don't think I would have continued a YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel where I did dance covers, but I don't think I would have continued it. Maybe one day I'll make another one, but who knows. Bonus from Clover. Do you see yourself wearing alt fashion throughout your entire life? For an example, 50 plus, 60 plus, and even 70 plus years old. Why or why not? Yeah, I do. I definitely think I do. Just because I think this is just who I am. I don't know if I will be wearing exactly like this exactly, but I definitely think I'll be wearing at the very least like skirts or like more, I might like mature more in the fashion. Like my stuff's usually a little more like matured in comparison to some of the other sweet stuff, but I probably wear a little bit more matured things, and that's, you know, that's just my decision. But I definitely think I'll always be wearing vintage and Lolita stuff. If not, I mean, I say Lolita as in using Lolita pieces, not necessarily like, I don't think I'll be wearing a petticoat for the rest of my life. But I'll definitely be wearing really frilly and cute stuff because that's just who I am, and I plan on keeping that an active part of me and my lifestyle. But yeah, that's the end of the video. It was really long, so thank you for sticking with me if you watched it all, and thanks for getting to know me better. Yeah, leave a comment telling me about you. If we have any same interests or opposing interests, let me know, and thanks for all the support. Bye everybody.